So Cornel West has exposed himself as a clout chaser and a grifter with no plan. What do I mean by clout chaser and grifter with no plan? Well, Cornel West exposed himself as a clout chaser and a grifter with no plan by jumping from political party to political party to political party. So he initially announced his candidacy as a candidate for the People's Party, for the members of the People's Party. The racist, creepy grift, the Zionist grift run by Nick Brana. And then he was met with pushback by people like me, people like Flame of Liberation, people like Dust James, people like Renee Johnston, Diallo Kenyatta, people like Jared Ball, people like Erica Gaines and Jackie Lukman and Geechee Ya as well, right? He was met with hella pushback from us. And rightfully so, right? MPP is a Zionist grift, and it's run by a creeper named Nick Brana, who is also part of the deep state. And then he switched over to the Green Party. And people like myself and Renee Johnston and Diallo Kenyatta and Jackie Lukman, and there's hella receipts on my page. There's receipts on Black Power Media as well. We had hella reservations about this. Because, as Renee Johnston pointed out, Cornel West had absolutely zero plan. Absolutely zero plan. And he was only running for the presidency because of a phone call he had with some of his associates, or friends, associates. I'm guessing he had a phone call with Chris Hedges and then decided to run for the presidency. That's what I'm guessing. So then Cornel West starts running on the Green Party ticket. He goes on all these shows. He goes on Black Power Media. He goes on Sabby Sabs. He goes on RBN. He goes on Brianna Joy Gray's show. His associate, Chris Hedges, does the same thing to shill for him, you know what I mean? And then he hires Peter Dow. Now, Peter Dow goes on all these shows as well. And I find it interesting that when he was on Black Power Media, and when they asked him actual hardball questions, he just dodged around the questions and tried to avoid them the best he could. I find that hella sus. So, that's hella sus on his part. Why is he not answering these hard questions and he's just dodging around and doesn't want to answer them? It's like he needs to retire his geriatric ass and quit pandering and clout chasing. So then recently, Cornel West left the Green Party to run as a nonpartisan candidate. It says independent, but in my state it would probably be nonpartisan because the Alaska Independence Party exists and they're hella right-wing and no one likes them. They're a bunch of extremists from the Matsu Valley, basically, right? So, yeah, he switches over to running as an independent and, again, keeps Peter Dow as the campaign manager. So it's like he has no plan and he's just a clout chaser and a grifter, and he's being exposed as such by people like myself, by people like Renee Johnston. And also the fact that he has a former Hillary campaign person who supported both Hillary and Bernie, Peter Dow, that is hella sus. The fact that he has a associate, a campaign surrogate named Chris Hedges, who pushed the envelope for war in Bosnia and Serbia in the 90s and pushed the envelope for war in Iraq in the 2000s when he was at the New York Times, and who was also an anti-indigenous racist and a vegan extremist. That's also hella sus as well. That's also hella sus. So, again, Cornel West is just... And the fact that Cornel West praised Ron DeSantis, you know, he praised the Uyghur mercenaries, he praised Ronald Reagan, that is sus as well. That is hella sus. And I think, didn't Peter Dow work for Marianne Williams, or was there a former Marianne Williams staff member on Cornel West's team? I believe so. I believe Peter Dow actually did work for Zionist Marianne Williams. So that's sus too. It's like Peter Dow is a careerist. He's a friggin' careerist. And again, we should not trust anything Cornel West says or does because he's a clown and a fraud. So I'll be voting for De La Cruz, who is the candidate for the Party for Socialism and Liberation. I loosely work with the Party for Socialism and Liberation, and we've worked on several things, pro-Palestine initiatives. We've worked on getting justice for Bashar Hassan and holding APD accountable. We've worked on several different things, and I will be supporting the PSL And I believe her name is Karina de la Cruz, or is it Claudia de la Cruz? I think it's Claudia de la Cruz, and I will be supporting her for president. So again, vote PSL and don't vote for Cornel West because he's a grifter and a clout chaser with no plan. That's all for now. Peace.